Let me first start with you, Sharmeen, because that was your piece of film. You know, we're used to the harrowing intensity of your documentaries, and the acid violence one will stay in my mind forever. Why did you turn this time to peacekeeping? Such an interesting subject, something we know that's just off the margins. We haven't heard about this.
You know, my partners, Geeta and Perry, who are here with me today, will testify to the fact that we wanted to tell a kick-ass story about Muslim women. Because, you know, this is a story that defies the way we look at Muslim women. Here are women who are considered second-class citizens in their own country, who get up, leave their families, and become peacekeepers in another country which is a world away, not only in terms of distance, but also in terms of what they have known. Many of these women have never slept away from their father's homes or their husband's homes, and here they are getting trained to go and become peacekeepers and role models in a country, leaving their husbands, leaving their children. Incidentally, Farida came back.
This was a woman in the film, right?
Exactly, and her son did not recognize her.
Oh, that's so sad. But I mean, how does that not generate a very sad, difficult family dynamic? I mean, how does that, does that develop backlashes to have women who, obviously women when they deploy, they always have to leave their families, and it's true of our US military too. In this situation where it's also such a cultural, change, what kind of effect does that have?
For us, one of the most fascinating sides of this story is not only about the women being deployed, but what happens to their families when they stay back home. These are men who are forced then to look after the children that have been left behind, where mothers, grandmothers, aunts, and uncles kind of pool in and become the extended network. And many times, the toll on the family is enormous. One of the young women that we are following, her children, her husband could not look after them, so they've been sent off, hundreds of miles away to another relative. So they've had to uproot their schools, their lives, to do that. So it's not a sacrifice that the women just make, it's a sacrifice that the entire family makes. And not only that, you should hear some of the taunts that the husbands get, because they're told, well, you're not man enough. Your woman has left you and gone off half the world away. I wonder what she's up to.